is the COYOTE Outdoor Living 30-inch flat-top grill actually good for? Who should walk away? And does it really make sense for the average weekend backyard chef, who just wants solid heat without breaking the bank? If you're sitting on the fence because you've heard mixed things about built-in gas grates, and you're not sure whether the price tag matches the daily reality, this is the kind of deep dive you need. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I first started looking at flat-top grills for a permanent spot on my patio, the biggest hesitation was always the trade-off between a sleek, stainless steel look and the hidden quirks that only show up after a few months of use. The COYOTE C3 FTG 30NG promises a full stainless construction, 217,000 BTU burners, and a redesigned cover that looks like it belongs on a high-end kitchen island. On paper that sounds like a win, but the real question is how those numbers translate when you fire it up for a Saturday brunch or a quick weekday dinner. Let's talk about who will actually benefit from this unit. If you already have a built-in gas line or you're planning a remodel where a grill can be integrated into the countertop or a dedicated outdoor kitchen island, the COYOTE flat top fits that niche perfectly. The 30-inch cooking surface is large enough to handle a full batch of pancakes, a seared steak, and a side of sorted veggies all at once, which makes it a solid choice for families that love to cook together outdoors. It also works for small-scale commercial setups like a food truck kitchen that wants a durable, stainless surface that can stand up to constant heat. The key here is that you're looking for a permanent solution, not a portable grill you'll toss in the trunk for a weekend camping trip. On the flip side, if you're a renter, or you only fire up the grill once a month for a few burgers, this is probably overkill. The unit needs a proper gas hookup, which means you'll have to run a line or tap an existing one, and that installation cost can quickly eat into any perceived savings. Also, the price point sits higher than a typical freestanding propane flat top, so if you're just testing the waters, a simpler, detachable model might give you the same cooking experience without the commitment of a built-in installation. Now onto the practical strengths that matter after you've actually turned the knobs. The first thing I noticed is the even heat distribution across the whole 30-inch surface. With two burners each capable of up to 17,000 BTU, you can achieve a strong sear on one side while keeping the other side at a lower temperature for simmering sauces. In real life, that means I can start a batch of chicken fajitas, finish a pancake stack, and keep a pot of chili warm all without moving pans around. The stainless steel construction isn't just for looks, it resists rust and holds up under the harsh outdoor elements better than painted enamel. That's a big win for anyone living in a humid climate, where a few seasons of exposure can turn a cheap grill into a rusted eyesore. The redesigned end cap and handle on the cover are subtle but useful details. The handle stays cool even after the grill has been running for an hour, which makes swapping the stainless steel cover on and off a safe, quick task. The cover itself is made of the same stainless material, so you're not slapping a flimsy fabric over a hot surface. This reduces the risk of condensation building up and causing corrosion underneath. If you're the type who likes to keep the grill clean and protected when it's not in use, that cover design saves you a step. There are, however, a few practical weaknesses that become evident once the grill is installed. First, the knob and bezel redesign adds a modern gradient light look, but the knobs themselves are a bit light on tactile feedback. When you're juggling multiple dishes, you may find yourself double-checking the flame setting more often than you'd like. It's not a safety hazard, but it does add a tiny friction point during a busy cooking session. Second, the flat-top surface, while great for even heating, doesn't give you the classic grill marks that a traditional grate provides. If you're a purist who loves that char line on a steak, you'll have to accept a different aesthetic, or add a cast iron plate on top, which adds another layer of prep. Installation is another area where reality bites. The unit is designed for a natural gas connection, not propane, which means you need to have a gas line already in place or be prepared to run one. Some users have reported that the connection fittings are a bit finicky, requiring a professional to tighten everything to avoid leaks. That's an extra cost and a scheduling hassle, especially if you're hoping to get the grill up and running over a weekend. On the other hand, once it's properly hooked up, the natural gas supply means you won't be swapping out propane tanks, and